because it was reported today, I'm pretty sure it was today, that Jey Uso said that he believes that he let the fans down with him and Jimmy's match at Mania, and says that they were on
I have the
a
direct
time
quote.
restriction, and with Sarah having the direct quote, how about you just reads it so I don't fuck myself?
Okay, so he was on the Gorilla Position podcast, and he said, I just said this to somebody. I kind of feel like we let the people down. And the host said, really? You feel that? He said, yeah, man, because I wanted to go out there and have a straight up banger too. I wanted to do the wrestling part, but let alone make sure the emotion part is there. It was just a time issue. You know what I'm saying? You just got to play your position on the team. That's what happened. I'm still happy though. I got a singles match on WrestleMania with my brother. That's the big picture. So I'm going to always have me and him in a face off at WrestleMania. I'm going to frame a picture. It's marked off the box. I just wish we could have went ham the way I knew we could.
Yeah,
So,
and they were night one, correct?
yes.
Night one. Okay, now that makes sense why, because they had to go before the main event, and you had to go before The Rock and Cody Rhodes and Roman and Seth, where you knew they were going to take a lot of time. And for this match, like, I don't blame it on them particularly. It's just where they're at in the bloodline story. Like, this match needed to happen at Mania this year. Like, it was just kind of inevitable and build up. But I believe their best match is a few matches away. Like, one, this will not be the last time we see Jimmy versus Jey, as it shouldn't be. And
I think it might be for.
no, I don't think it
Yeah,
will
because
be.
I think they're going to do the Babyface Bloodline 2.0. They're going to be back
But they
together.
still have, like, they could still face off for championships and stuff. They could,
Maybe, but
before they get back to being the Usos and welcoming people to the Uso Penitentiary. Maybe they have to have one more match or whatnot. Like, I don't believe that this is the last time they'll face off in a ring 1-on-1 against each other. So now that they have that under their belt, with, all right, our first time kind of stunk up the place. What do we do next? And so it's a learning experience.
I think that one issue was that they didn't have a lot of time to make this story better heading into Mania, because it was like they're not on the same show, and then it was like they were trying to force it because that's how you knew way in advance that this match was going to happen. But I think the bloodline storyline had cooled down so much, at least overall. Like the stuff with Cody and whatever and The Rock, obviously that was hot, but like the Uso versus the Uso stuff was like like it was kind of on the back burner. There wasn't a whole lot
Mm-hmm.
going on there, and then they didn't really do enough to make you super interested in it, because I think that even if the match was kind of like if you were super excited about it, then you could be like, oh yeah, it was better. But I also think that the time issue is odd, because I understand that Triple H wants to keep it under a certain amount of time, but I feel like when it comes to something like this, there shouldn't really be like, oh yeah, we need to cut you down because the Rock is going to get all the time in the world. Like, you should give some more time to a
Fair.
match like that, where it is pretty monumental when it's brother versus
Mm-hmm.
brother, and it is still involved with the main event story. Like, I think that they did deserve some more time to do what they really wanted to do. So it's kind of a shame that that is what he's basically saying was the problem.
Oh, I didn't know that they got 11 and only Bianca, Jade, and Naomi got 8. That was a short match, though. They're the
It's funny because it didn't feel like that long or that
no,
short in person.
no.
Like, it felt way more than 8 minutes, and their match felt way more than 11 minutes when you're actually there. But I think it's because you're like well engrossed. Like, you can't really do anything else. You can't
Oh, we
like,
were so locked in. That
yeah.
was that was fun. Like, and when you're like it was just like, yeah, you don't think of time. It's really funny. Oh,
But I
it's
think,
really
yeah, it is a shame that they only got 3 minutes more than a match that didn't really need to happen. Like, the only reason why Bianca and Jade and Naomi were on the card was because they needed to get them on the card in some way. So, like, the match didn't really matter because it wasn't even for the tag titles or anything. So it feels like that should have been one that had cut time, and not one that had been, you know, a story in the making for like 2 years. Like, I just
Mhm.
don't, I think that's kind of ridiculous, honestly.
It is ridiculous. Agreed.